What up, y'all? How's it going? Good afternoon. Just ate some brunch. There is a panelist talk on the SAG-AFTRA YouTube channel for people with disabilities and things of that sort. And I want to go ahead and give that a listen. It's going to be in like about 5 minutes. So yeah, so that's like what I got planned for first part of my day. Yeah, and for the most part, I'm just going to be editing videos. I am going to go on my stream for Twitch because it's been a while, and I'm going to stream some Fallout, and yeah, so that's about the plans. Yeah, probably do a little bit of writing today. I'm not working out today. I'm going to take a little break day just because, like, I don't know what it is, but like something in like my rib area, like in my back hurts. I don't know why. It happens when I eat a lot, and then sometimes when I drink water. I don't know what's going on with that, so let's see. But yeah, so I'm just gonna take today as a rest day, thinking maybe I'm possibly overworking myself, so I don't know. But yeah, alright, cool, that's about it. So I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. What up, y'all? Just finished up the SAG-AFTRA panelist talk with people with disabilities, and it was so insightful. There's so much that I didn't know and that I learned about, and honestly it was a little emotional because I mean, I felt like I just learned a lot about a perspective that I don't see and that I haven't really seen too much of in my own life, and how ignorant like I have been in my life to not understand some of these things that people have to go through. I mean, one of the big things that they talked about is the importance of acknowledging your disabilities, and making that known. And I know myself as an actor, I go through these thoughts of like, how are these things that I'm born with limiting me? Being an Asian American who also looks Hispanic, and not being able to be multilingual as well, is, I think about how those types of things can just create inherent challenges, and should I be more willing to accept those things about me? And these are things that, as I decided to pursue acting, like, those are issues that I had to think about and see how who I am as a person, what I look like as a person, limits myself. And it's a sad thing to think about. However, there's a strength in that as well, and I didn't realize that. And listening to this conversation and panelists with disabilities, how it's important for them to champion their disabilities, because champion these things that they're either born with, or things that these things that have progressed throughout their life, and the importance of acknowledging those things and championing those things is to help allow for more credible representation within the entertainment industry. And you see it time and again where somebody with disabilities, for example, is being portrayed by somebody without disabilities, and something that they've been told when they hear about these things is, oh, we couldn't find the people with these disabilities. And partially it could be because people have that inherent fear, just like I did, about how can these things limit me, but it's important to represent that, because that is how you can let these people know, these casting directors, these producers, these directors, know that there are people with these issues, or that have to face these regular, these regular characteristics in their daily lives, and they are also pursuing acting, and they that there is a presence there, and that they are real, and another thing that people have a fear of, and I know that this is true just in regular life, not just in the entertainment industry, is like, can a disabled person do the same job as a regular person, or do it just as good as a regular person? And they can. It's true. It's there are people there that can do that have the ability to do the same job as someone who is non-disabled. And this is a thing I learned too, and I excuse me for saying regular person. I'm really trying to change my diction and work better to become a better ally for multiple different types of groups. And so that a person with disabilities can do the same job, and possibly even to a better extent than someone with non-disabilities. So that is something that people in general just need to understand, and ways that we can fight that, especially with entertainment, is for those people with disabilities to champion them, and to make themselves available and known to these casting directors, and also on the part of these casting directors and producers and directors to do the work to find people with these disabilities, because they do exist. So it's like they did a good job of addressing both sides of the issue, and that there is work for both sides to be done. And I thought that was super insightful and super powerful, because I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't really understand and see, that there is work to be done on both sides. Me being a minority, I can't just be mad at the fact that there are no opportunities, that there are a lesser amount of opportunities for me, but I need to do the work to find those jobs, or to make those jobs for myself. And also, on the other hand, I've been attending a lot of these talks with casting directors and producers and writers and directors and many people in different parts of the industry, and they've been talking about ways to try and include more people and do a full-scale spectrum of representation of different types of people, because the thing that everyone can relate to is a more credible and legitimate representation of a person and a real human. And that's something I've also been learning in the conservatory. So I highly recommend anybody to watch this talk on disabilities and people with disabilities. And there's a lot of very talented panelists there, and they do a really good job of explaining how we can become better allies. So those are just a couple of things, and this is like a big note that I took from it. There are two big notes that I really want to make a comment on. The first one is, like I said before, the proper term to describe someone without disabilities is non-disabled rather than able-bodied. And I didn't even think about it in that way, but when they addressed that in the panelist conversation, it made total sense to me, because someone without disabilities is just someone who doesn't have disabilities, non-disability. They're not more able than another person. They just don't have the same disabilities as somebody else. So I think that that's an important key word that I need to add to my diction, rather than saying someone who's able-bodied or saying someone who is regular. So I apologize for my misuse of terminology. So the terminology we should be using to describe non-disabled people are non-disabled. So that's one of the big takeaways I took, because changing your diction has a huge impact, because that's just when you can change your diction in your daily life, that is how you can change your mindset, your daily mindset, to become better allies. So that's one thing. The second thing too is like how they talked about not casting people with disabilities for roles that contain characteristics of people with disabilities. And the inability for casting directors and producers to do that has such a huge impact of taking away those opportunities for people with disabilities, either be it because of fear or ignorance, or just a lack of searching. It's a very important conversation to be had, because I didn't even think about it this way, and this is the part that got me really emotional. And it was the fact that not giving people with disabilities these opportunities to represent themselves literally takes away a job from somebody who has that disability when you give it to someone with non-disabilities. And I never thought about it that way. And now thinking about it, it's like the same thing with casting, people who aren't of a certain race or, sexual orientation or things of that sort. Like casting people who don't properly represent that takes away that opportunity for someone who really does represent that. So that's an important thing to know and learn about, especially with future projects that I decide to create for myself. Because when I go about casting these things, I need to make sure that I am casting proper people for the proper characteristical, roles. Because most of my writing does not pertain to particular issues or race or things like that. I will say for most of the characters. There are main characters that do have those specific types of traits. However, I feel like most of my supporting characters and things of that sort, usually I open it up for anybody. And when I go about this in the future, I need to make sure I'm casting the right people for the right jobs, and what I mean by saying that is that, like, if I do make a character that has certain characteristics, I need to make sure that the person that I do decide to cast for that does properly represent those characteristics. So in that way, we can do our part to kind of normalize the fact that, we can trust that people with these characteristics can do a good job, and that's an important part. We need to be able to trust that people who actually represent what we want to represent can do the job, So I think it's a really good conversation. Highly recommend you to watch it. It's about an hour and a half, but it's really insightful, and I'll put a link in the description below. So please make sure to watch it. Cool. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and edit some vlogs and keep working throughout my day. So cool. All right. Thank you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Peace. God damn. I don't know what happened. Man. I was editing my vlogs and all of a sudden it just shut down on me like this. So yeah, I'll give it some time to restart, and that's a bummer. I hope my stuff saves. Okay, well, damn. Oh, and I was in the middle of uploading one. I don't know if that's a problem. All right, well, I'll deal with it whenever this thing comes back. So cool. Talk to you guys later. Peace. What up, y'all? How's it going? Cool. Yeah. Alright. Today was a pretty decent day. Pretty busy. Had that panelist talk in the morning. Yeah. And then I uploaded some vlogs. Worked on that. And yeah. And then hopped on a call with my parents to do a rosary, did my laundry, and played some Warzone with the boys. We got another win today. Yo, there was this funny thing that happened while we were playing Warzone. So one of my cousins, he ended up, I don't know, killing somebody in a game, and that person got like super pissed, like really pissed. And so he he ended up like he kept spamming my cousin for invites, and my cousin like was telling us about it. So then we backed out of a game, and then we invited him to our party. And yeah, this dude was so pissed. He was like yelling, cursing, all this stuff like that. And yeah, and he was just like really pissed at my cousin. And then we were just like, yo bro, you want to play a quads with us? And he hopped in a quads with us, and we ended up doing pretty well together. And he wasn't pissed by the end of it. And yeah, it was pretty funny. I have like a little clip of it on my Snapchat, so I'll put it at the end of this video. And it's like, yeah, I didn't catch the good parts, but like of him raging. But yeah, this dude apparently broke his headset because of how mad he was. So it is what it is. But yeah, dude was wildin'. So yeah, I'll put that at the end of this video, the end of this vlog, so you guys can check it out. But yeah, that shit was so funny. Yeah, and then I ended up catching up with one of my friends through Instagram, one of my high school friends. I haven't talked to him forever, so it's been like 7 or 8 years. It's crazy to just even say that. It's been about 7 years. Yeah, 7 years since high school, and like that's just crazy to say that. But yeah, it was cool catching up with her. So yeah, so today was a pretty decent day. Cool. Yeah, so awesome. Alright, I'm gonna try and wake up early because me and JV are trying to grab lunch tomorrow, so I kind of want to work out before that, but we'll see what time I wake up. So yeah, cool. Yeah, other than that, just going to edit some more vlogs tomorrow, possibly film tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. If not, I'm gonna be helping somebody out with our D&D campaign. I'll be helping out Christine to like join our D&D campaign, to join my D&D campaign. And yeah, so cool, that's about it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Love you guys, and good night. Peace. Damn, daddy. Yo.
Damn, daddy. Shit.
Somebody's soul.
Yo, how good are you? On to you guys because he's scared. He joined my party, backed out because he got scared.
Hey, yo, we're down to play quads. You wanna play?
He's not even fucking talking, see? No, I don't even feel like camping for a whole fucking round.
God damn. Alright, let's run quads.